Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Kamen Rider STRONGER? Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, I don't know what's going on here. I'm just gonna be honest, and I'm gonna tell you, for those of you that are sticking around, I'm gonna be very judgy today, because what the heck, guys? What's going on with this one? Now, I've said I'm going through all the Kamen Riders, I'm gonna finish them all up, and I'm gonna draw everybody, right? So, that means I'm gonna hit everyone. Everyone. Even this thing. What's going on here? I mean, it looks like I shouldn't be judgy. I shouldn't, because this is a successful franchise. They know what they're doing. It worked. Okay, but this guy looks like he's just wearing an inflatable chest piece. What is going on, guys? What were you thinking? What happened? I mean, woo! Man. Alright, so anyway, and then his face, it's got this biggest, dumpiest, just grin of a face. I don't know. I really don't know. Like I said, I hate to judge. I hate to be like that. I'm a positive person. But, man, what happened? Like I said, they're successful. I'm not. They made this franchise. It worked. But I don't know. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I would love to talk to people who designed it and figured it out, or or anybody else who's involved and at least has a sense of humor, because they know I'm not making fun of them. I'm just very confused, and I find that laughter is the best way I can deal with things that are confusing. So, and that's also horrible to say, because I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing at the fact that I don't understand. Really, that's it. So hopefully I'm not too judgy or negative. I hate to be that way, because in these days, in this time, we all need to be positive and be happy for each other. But man, what happened? What happened? Okay, so let me get to drawing this thing, this air blow up chest thing. But I'm curious now that I'm saying it out loud, let's talk about it. I wonder if this was, because okay, we know where this ends up going. We know that it goes to toys. I wonder if this was their first attempt at a toy. You can buy a blow up chest piece, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. Whatever this is, the blow up chest piece. Yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to find a better word. Blow up chest piece as their first toy, because plastic is easy to make and easy to do, and you just make it inflatable. And I'm sure with shipping, you just you can ship it flat. There's no product boxes you gotta find or whatnot. You just make what's on his hand? I'm trying to see. Okay, you just make it in a little plastic container, and there you go. So I'm sure that helped out. If that's what they did, I don't know. And maybe I'm just coming up with an excuse for the craziness of what are those? What were you thinking? Okay, sorry. You know what I'm doing too? I'm doing exactly what I tell you not to do. I'm doing all the details before I placed him out. And so I need to make sure that his arm's gonna fit. looks like it. Yeah, we're on target. We're on target. And that's why I want to make sure that he's not falling off the page by the pose that I put him in. And I'm just going to give him a fist. 2 fists, you know. Big old fighting hands. Okay, so now let me draw this. Alright, I have to laugh because, again, what were you thinking? What was the design process? Who came up with this and said, yeah, let's give him the biggest grin you could possibly think of and go with it? You know, it's crazy to me. It's crazy. And I'm also wondering, is that what it's supposed to be? You know, because it looks like a gigantic chin, but also this is just its design, you know, so maybe that's not what it's supposed to be, but that's what it ended up looking like. And that's why I'm finding it so funny, so, you know, silly that they didn't see that and go, it looks like a gigantic grin, you know. But again, it's not mine. I didn't make tons of money off of it. You know, they're the successful business. So who am I to judge or to say that's wrong? All right, I think that's good because the big S on his chest, I'm going to do that with color anyway. So I think we're ready to go. Let's get going. Let me erase some of these sketch lines and then we'll move on to the Sharpie portion. And I may have to do this talk again in the Sharpie portion. I won't. I'm just going to be positive now. Because nobody ever pays attention. Nobody watches this part anyway, so no one's going to hear me being super negative or laughing at something. I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, I think that's about enough. I've erased enough that the Sharpies will stand out. The pencil lines won't be too thick. And I've left enough that I can draw off that. So let's welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly a fine point, but a pen's a little finer than a fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of it, but left myself enough of a guide that I can trace over them and draw correctly. I'm going to start with the Sharpie fine point and then add a little details. Usually I use the pen for facial features, but none in it. It's a mask, you know? So let's draw the headpiece and then build off of that. So that means let's do it with the Sharpie pen. I changed my mind because I want this a little thinner right here. So I'm going to start off right there for the nose and then build out. I'm going to follow my sketch with something like this. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to pull because I'm a better puller than pusher. So I'm going to follow my sketch to pull it down this way like this. So sorry if it looked like I was just starting in a random spot. I didn't. I sketched it out. But again, I'm better at pulling than pushing. You got to figure that out for yourself. Same thing with tattoo artists. They figure out whether they're pushers or pullers. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. Again, just draw the rest of it. And I'm going to do both sides. So I kind of make it the same. And I've counted how many little spaces are there, and that's why I sketched it out first to make sure I got it looking proportionate. But also it helps me to plan it out. Alright, so now I'm going to thicken this up just a little bit because I wanted to use the big fine point Sharpie because it's nice and thick, but I wanted to be able to control these lines much better than with that fine point. So since I wanted a thicker line, I'm going to go ahead and do it. But not too much. Okay. Again, just a barely thicker, not too much. And I'll do the same thing here. Alright, cool. So, let's do the outline of the head. Now that I know where that is, I'm going to come down here to this edge. Try to make that cohesive. Down here to this edge. And then I'm going to draw the edge all the way around, and then I'll do the eyes. Go up like that. Back here like this. He's going to come back right back around like this. Now I'm going to do the eyes. I'm going to do them with the smaller Sharpie. It's pretty much the same shape. But I just wanted to kind of accent it like this. So it's a little different. And there, it stands out as something a little different than the same size of Sharpie. So for his head, I'm going to draw the shape, and then we'll add like the layers in a second. And also, I'm going to draw this as the first part of his shoulder because I've got it over his face just a little bit. So that means it's going to come down here like that. So see what I'm saying? That's in front of this. So I wanted to make sure I drew, and this is his chest piece. I wanted to make sure I drew that first so I don't actually accidentally draw through it. Now he does have a couple different layers of face on here. So I'm going to do like this. Just to show the other layer to it. Like that. And then the big old smile. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to be a smile, but the way it looks like a big, thick, black line smile. Like I said, it could just be part of the helmet, but it looks like a giant smile to me. So, now that that's done, I'm going to draw his chest piece. It looks like a big inflatable thing, but you know, I'm going to do it. So, this arm is raised up, so this end is going to be up a little bit higher. Let me draw the normal side, and then you'll see the raised side, because when you raise your arm, your shoulder raises up a little bit, so it's kind of a reaction to your body movement. Okay, so I'm going to draw shapes like this, and then I'm going to come back and add a little bit extra in a second. Let's see, should we draw? Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. And the centerpiece is going to come down to his belt like that, and there are more pieces. I want to call them air pieces because it looks like an inflatable chest piece to me. So I'm just going to do like this. Okay, and then I'm going to add extra with the smaller Sharpie. Because these look like seams, like it's sewn together, but I'm not too sure. So that's why I wanted to do it with a smaller Sharpie. And it like I said, it acts like a thinner, less screaming at you seam. And that's what I say about Sharpies, is they scream at you. They're not subtle. They say, look, I'm here, you know? So that's why I wanted to do it with a thinner Sharpie, so it's not a hard edge, you know? Okay, so that's the regular side. So now we're going to do this over here, but raised up. So you got to imagine this part, and this part raised a little bit, so, and squished because they're raised up. So it's going to come around like this, and then of course it's going to come and connect right there. Then we'll draw that seam in a second, but I'm going to draw this next piece, but again, a little squished because it's raised. And then one more raised piece, then coming down like that. We're going to connect it right there, which is now going to come down here. Now we're drawing the side to the middle like that, coming down to somewhere on his belt. We haven't drawn the belt yet, so we haven't seen where it's going to go. So same thing, I'm going to draw the extra parts like this. One more, and then in like that. Alright, does that make sense? Like his arm is raised, so that's why that side is a little bit higher. okay? There we go. Okay, how did I do that? This, we're gonna connect it there, one there, and one down like that. Here we go. Okay, he does have a big S on his chest, but I want to do that with color. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw this arm since it's up, and I can show you why I was doing that. And it's just cloth. This is before armor and stuff like that, so it's just going to draw some wrinkles and folds to his arm, to the crook of his arm, to his edge of his glove. And we'll go ahead and do that so you see where we are. So I can draw the other side, just coming down to his elbow, underside of his muscles, and in like that. So again, creases and folds because his arm is raised, so when you do raise your arm like that, you really crease up the material so you can add extra creases and folds to make it stand out. Plus it makes it look better, you know, it makes it come alive. That's how I feel. Okay, so I'm going to draw both of his gloves, both of his hands are just going to be fists. So I'm going to draw the edge of his glove, like this, up to his fist. I'm going to draw the outer thumb. Outer thumb, it's the only thumb. Why would I call it the outer thumb? What is wrong with me? You know what's wrong? I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. I'm going to eat after this. Alright, so I'm going to draw the first finger, middle finger, ring finger, and the pinky. Bring it in like this, and let me add some extra detail. Kind of clean some of that up, or not really clean it up, but kind of define a few edges like that. Kind of give it some detail. And again, there's a stripe, but it's on the other side, so I'm not worried about that. But that's good. I think we're good with that hand. All right. So let's do this one raised up, but just kind of bent like that. So I'm going to draw the bicep down to the elbow. I'm going to come up here, and this one, because it's bent, the edge is right there. There's the back. There's the front, or the inside at this point, because it's not really the front anymore. And again, I'm going to add some creases and folds. Does that make sense now, as far as raised up, and that's why I squished it like that, because once you have something like that and you raise your arm, all that gets pushed. It's a solid. That's how you have to look at it. It's a solid, and it's got to go somewhere. So that's why I bend and crease stuff up, because a lot of times when you move stuff, I mean, especially like even your skin, it bends. It's got to go somewhere, you know. Alright, so same thing on this one. We're just going to draw a hand, another fist. And draw up like that. There's the inside. There's the pinky. Thumb up like that. Add a little extra detail. Because they are like motorcycle gloves. So they do have like a little bit of what do you call it? Padding. Or something like that. Okay? Alright, so we're going to draw his cloth shirt down like this into his belt. And so for his belt, let's do a little bit of the fine point Sharpie and then build off of that, because he's got a big star. I've already sketched out the way I'm going to go. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and draw the star out, and then I'm going to build a little bit of 3D starishness off of it. Okay? Again, I sketched this out. That's why I can go ahead and do this. And then, like I said, I'm gonna go boop, 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 boop. Now, the reason I did that is because I'm gonna connect all these. And it might be too small for yours, and that's okay. It was almost too small for mine. But this is just going to give it another level of I want to say 3D-ishness, but that's not a word. Yeah, 3D. I mean, there's no other better word for it. Because it's raised a little bit. Oops, kind of fell out of that one. That's okay, it happens. And if you can, add one more line like that, just to connect those. Look how squiggly that line was. Alright, that might have been too much, but that's good. Okay. Yeah, it was too much. I didn't have to do all that, but that's okay. It added to the look. All right, so now that I've got that, I can go ahead and build the rest of the buckle. And so I'm just going to build off of that. It's going to come down. I'm trying not to draw through it. Like this. Then it's going to kind of do the same thing. Going to go like that, like that, like that, up, that, like that. All right. Again, that's got another level to it, but we're not going to worry too much about that because we don't have room to draw all these edges. We'll just do like this. That'll kind of show that it's a little bit of 3D to it. But see, again, it's getting all muddy and clustered in there. You know, it's hard to interpret what's going on. So let's just get going. Let's not worry too much about adding all the specific detail of that. Let's just have fun with it. Okay, so now I can continue these lines. That's why I stopped, because I didn't know where it was going to be. But I can continue everything now. And draw the rest of his shirt in like this. Another edge of his belt. Like that. Again, this is cloth, so I'm going to add a little bit of creases and folds. And it's the belt is over like his shirt is hanging down long like this, okay? So that's coming through like that. And then we're just gonna connect it like this. Again, it's cloth, so let's add a few little wrinkles and folds. All right, so now it's just, again, cloth pants all the way down to his boots. And then just regular old boots. So let's draw this leg down to his boots. We're going to say the boots are right there. I can draw the other one back up. Back of this one. Again, that's where his boot's going to be. Something like that. It's going to be all black, but we'll put a few creases and folds in. There's a big red line that goes down it too. So again, I don't want to draw too much on there because, like I said, it's going to be all black with the red line. So we're just going to add a few creases to where his pants are. That's about it. Again, it's going to be black. It's going to disappear anyway. But for now, it kind of gives us a little bit of texture. All right. I love that sound. That's the best sound in the world. Okay, so just regular old white boots with, the red stripe, and we'll do a color. So I'm just going to draw the edges. And I've already sketched it out, so that's why I can just look like I'm just drawing without even worrying. Let's see, we're going to give him a little bit of a heel. That. I'll add some texture in a second. We'll do them both at the same time. There we go. Okay. And that's another thing I love to do on boots is add like the creases right there where the ankles are. So much fun. Alright, let's just give him a little bit of a sole down here to match that heel. A little bit of a toe, I guess. Like that. And there we go. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Kamen Rider Stronger. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.